Won't you stop the music, get into it? Won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it, you can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel it.
Hi everyone, it's Angelique and welcome to Angel Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie To All the Boys I Loved Before. Some of you may have already seen this movie, some of you haven't. If you haven't, then I would consider this movie as a romantic comedy. I think the main idea of this movie is, to be yourself, put yourself out there and tell people your feelings. That being said, let's get right into the video. So the story starts off with Lara Jean, the main character. So her older sister Margot's ex-boyfriend Josh is her crush right now at the time, and whenever Lara has a crush, she always writes a letter to them, never really intending on sending the letter. Then the letters get out, and Lara Jean tries to avoid Josh at all costs, so Margot never figures out that she has a crush on him. And in doing so, she ends up in a fake relationship with Peter. And Peter wants to be in a fake relationship with her so he can get back at his ex-girlfriend, Jen. Soon, Peter and Lara Jean start to fall for each other, but then Margot figures everything out. She figures out that Lara Jean had a crush on her ex-boyfriend, Josh. Kitty, Lara Jean's younger sister, then reveals that she sent out the letters. But then in the end, it doesn't matter because Lara Jean realizes that she does like Peter, and in the end, they become a couple together. I find this to be a really good movie because even though it's the same old rom-com type of plot, they add details to the story that really connect the audience. For example, the characters in the story are developed really well. Like Lara Jean, we know that she's a very introverted, she has few friends, and she lives in her own world. But her little sister Kitty is very extroverted, has many friends, but she always wants the best for her older sister. I think my favorite scene is the last scene at the end when the guy who got the 5th letter comes to Lara Jean's door with flowers. I think this is my favorite scene because it adds an interesting twist to the story. It's also unexpected, and it gives you something to think about once the movie's over. I think my favorite character of the movie was the main character, Lara Jean, because I felt that she was described in more detail and I could connect to her story more. Lara Jean had the most personality. She's very sweet, but she also had her own opinions. I can understand her story the most out of every single character's story. Now for the rating, I think I'd give this movie a 9.5 out of 10 because it was a great movie. I think the actors fit their parts very well. It wasn't too long or too short. I think they just had enough story in the movie and it just lasted the perfect amount of time. I give it a 9.5 because the movie wasn't perfect, but it was really good. It just wasn't anything really extraordinary. I also really like the soundtrack of the movie. I think it fit well with the storyline. It made you, when the music was happy, it made you happy, and when the music was sad, it made you sad. It was a really great soundtrack. The overall story was really good, and the idea for the letters, I think, was really creative. To wrap things up, I think the story was great, the actors were great, the audio was great, and it was overall, everything together was a really good movie. I would watch it again, and I would recommend it to you guys if you haven't seen it. Thanks for watching Angel Reviews, and bye!